Hi, my name is Christopher Sanchez. I am studying industrial engineering at the Universidad Técnica Ambato. And today I'm going to talk about the industrial engineering. Okay, to the begin, we must answer the question, what is industrial engineering? And the industrial engineering is a very extensive discipline that is relate with another types of engineering, like the mechanical engineering, the civil engineering, or the electrical engineering. And also, this engineering is focused on mathematical subjects. So, if you want to be an industrial engineering, you must know mathematics, calculus, thermodynamics, physics, and statics. But also, you must know other subjects, like ergonomics and manage and quality control and maintenance of the machines used in the industries. Okay, the industrial engineers are those who are in charge of the industries, optimizing the resource and maximizing the profits. The industrial engineering is currently one of the three most demanded professions in the market, and this is the reason why I am studying it. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about the history of the industrial engineering. And um, first, this began in the year 1750 with the first industrial revolution, when the hand-craned work tools were replaced by the steam machine like this. And what is the steam machine? The steam machine is external combustion engine that transforms the thermal energy of a quantity of water into a mechanical energy. Okay, then in 1913, Henry Ford appeared, and he was an American with a great trajectory in the world of industrial engineering. And Henry was in charge of manufacturing the first brand car to the company Ford, and which became the most accessible instrument for the population worldwide. Also, Henry Ford was the pioneer in the industrial engineering and increased the production output with quality and other things. Henry collaborated with other companies such as Fiat, Toyota, and other companies. Then, in 1917, Henry Fayol was the first person to systematize, manage behavior, and establish the 14 principles of management. They are rules that will help us adequately carry out the administrative process. Each one of the 14 principles are developed in a book with the title Industrial and General Management. And I tell you the 14 principles. The 14 principles are: first, the division of the work. Second, the authority. Third, the discipline. Fourth, the command unit. Five, the managed unit. Six, the subordination. Seven, the remuneration. Eight, decentralization. And nine, hierarchy. 10, the sequence. 11, equality. And 12, the stability of workers. The health of the workers. And the 13th, and the initiative 8, and the last is the 14th is the teamwork. Okay, and then in 1913, Harold Maynard developed the methods of engineering, and this is a concept that studies many aspects for the work in one of the earliest attempts at industrial problem solving. This method of engineering is a technique of suggesting every operation, and they give part of the work to a delicate analysis in order to eliminate the unnecessary operations, and in order to find the fast method to performing the if necessary in the operations. Yeah, and these studies open this method of engineering open a new era of intensive work in the field of methods in a word simplification. Then Taiichi Ono in 1950, Taiichi Ono he was a Japanese industrial engineer and a businessman. He is considered the father of the Toyota production system, and which inspired the lean manufacturing in the USA. He devised the seven was or this was are muda in Japanese. In is a part of this system. He wrote several books about the system, including the Toyota production system beyond large scale productions. Ono, Taiichi Ono, also instrumental in developing the way organizations identify what these seven ways. The model which have become core in many academics approach. These was are, first the delay, waiting, or time spent in a queue with no value being added. The second is production more than you need. The third is over processing or undertaking not valuing at activity. The fourth is transportation. Five is unnecessary movement or motion. You know. 6 is the inventory, and finally 7 is the defects in the products. Okay, other person is Shigeo Shingo, and in 1960 Shigeo Shingo is credited with creating and formalizing the zero quality control with techniques with greatly enhanced and the application of the Poka-yoke. A Poka-yoke is a quality of technique what is applied in order to avoid errors in the operation of a system. For example, and these are two examples. For example, the connector of a USB is a Poka-yoke, since it doesn't not allow to connect it upside down. Other example is the warning message when you closing a file to avoid closing the file without saving it. And for Word, for example. Okay, and finally, I talk about Michael Hammer. And okay, Michael Hammer in 1993 introduced the concept of reengineering and process approach to field the business manage. Yeah, okay, and so the idea of Hammer is to improve what is already working and correct what is not by breaking down the process carried out by the employees, thus improve their performance. And the purpose of this redesign is to increase the managed capacity will be reflect positive in cost and other things like quality and the service, and is for a better product. And this is the history of the industrial engineering. Thank for your attention, teacher.